In a world where every frontier has been breached, where distant stars and galaxies have been discovered, new lands have been conquered, peaks have been scaled and depths reached, it is hard to imagine a place unsullied by the footprints of modern man. Yet, such a place exists. A surreal tropical paradise where crabs climb trees and parrots, angels, lions and butterflies masquerade as fish. You could be forgiven if you were to dismiss the Andamans as a myth, an old seafarer's tale. The truth is, there is a universe out there waiting to be explored, where shimmering gates of coral beckon you into volcanic gardens and dugongs play in the seagrasses. This is an ever-changing underwater paradise whose scope we can only begin to grasp. Out of the 572 islands that comprise the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, what makes two of them so unique? While Havelock, the heart of all tourist activity, brims with resorts, gourmet restaurants and dive centers, Neil is the quintessential soul of the Andamans. More relaxed and chugging to a rhythm of how life before technology once used to be. A time when coconut water didn't come in Tetra Paks and fish was never frozen. Havelock and Neil, the heart and soul of the Andamans. Tucked away in Ritchie's archipelago in a remote corner of the Bay of Bengal, Havelock and Neil are easily the most popular haunts in the Andamans. These two islands have placed the Andamans on the world tourism map as a premier diving destination and leisure holiday spot. Can you imagine flying across the ocean, hopping into a car for a short ride to the jetty, then catching a boat to one of the most sought-after leisure destinations in the world, all in a span of an hour? It's like a stone skimming the surface of the water on a lazy afternoon. The ferry run by the Directorate of Shipping Service is possibly the most convenient, frequent and economical mode of transport in the Andamans. These ferries are operational even during rough weather conditions, making them a reliable choice for locals and tourists alike. However, if you wish to shorten your travel time, there is a more luxurious option, Macruise, the fastest way to cover the 55 kilometers from Port Blair to Havelock. The MV Macruise is the first privately owned luxury catamaran in the Andamans. Running at a speed of 24 nautical miles, the Macruise has cut down the usual 4-hour travel time to Havelock to just over an hour and a half. Its 2 decks can seat as many as 280 people. Fully air-conditioned with plush seats, wall-to-wall carpets and a snack bar, this is the closest you can get to a luxury liner. Huge transparent dark glass windows run through the entire length of the 2 decks, offering a breathtaking view of the hypnotic blue waters and the open sea. First glimpse of Havelock, a long strip of land that stretches over 115 square kilometers in an area called Ritchie's archipelago. It is named after John Ritchie, who undertook a pioneering survey of the Bay of Bengal in 1777 and was the first to urge the British government to take interest in the Andaman Islands. Would you believe this shade of blue? As if the sea was a giant petri dish of copper sulfate solution. Once a hunting base of the great Andamanese tribe, the island is roughly oval-shaped with the main jetty where the ferry arrives at the northern end. This is village number 1. There are only 2 main roads on the whole island. This 4-kilometer stretch connects the jetty to beaches 2, 3 and 5 on the northeastern side of the island, where most of Havelock's resorts are located. Oddly, all the locations in Havelock are numbered. Most of the settlers in the Andamans were people from the coast of Bengal and Tamil Nadu who were later resettled on these islands. Broad chunks of these virgin islands were earmarked as colonies and numbered for convenience, a nomenclature that continues to this day. Over time, the settlers renamed these numbered zones in memory of their Hindu gods. It's bizarre that Havelock should have beaches like Govindnagar and Radhanagar, while the equally stern-sounding Neil has beaches called Lakshmanpur, Sitapur and Bharatpur. The junction at the centre is beach number 3, or Govindnagar, with shops, eateries and cyber cafes. It serves as the main town. A right turn from the Govindnagar junction takes you 16 kilometers to beach number 7, or Radhanagar, on the island's southwestern side. Easily the most beautiful spot on the island.
And of our week-long trip, I think we decided to spend about 4 days in Havelock, because Havelock is the place to be more than Port Blair, because it's got beautiful beaches. The Radhanagar beach, in fact, is one of the best in Asia, and we have seen it yesterday, and we now know why it indeed is the best. So we're trying to make the most of a trip over here.
However, we are headed first to the government-run Dolphin Resort at Vijayanagar, or beach number 5. Splendid views of the sea, a well-landscaped garden, a choice of cottages and homely food make this sprawling tourist complex a great place to stay. Lie down on the deck beds listening to the song of the sea, or walk along the beach where turquoise waters lick your feet.
I think it's amazing. The water, the weather, the trees, the sand, everything, it's beautiful.
Besides Dolphin, several private resorts are clustered between Vijayanagar and Govindnagar beaches. From the Burmese-inspired wood and thatch architecture of Wild Orchid to deluxe tents of Café Del Mar, Island Venice tropical beach cabanas or bamboo lodges at the Emerald Gecko, tourists to Havelock are truly spoiled for choice.
Tourists in any part of the world can directly make the payment through credit card or gateway. We have our fleet of road transport. We have fleet of boats which are operating almost all tourist destinations in this island. We have resorts, we have hotels, we have ticketing facility, and we have the complete infrastructure available for the tourism.
Almost all resorts have excellent restaurants attached to them, which dish out a dazzling array of seafood.
We have a restaurant and bar, and which restaurant is quite famous, the Wild Orchid. A lot of people know about this in Andamans, so we have a good chef and great tandoor, and also we offer a variety of food. So we have the Italian and Thai as well, and other continental dishes, and then of course the lovely Indian curries.
Out of the 1,380 species of marine fish recorded in the Andamans, nearly 300 species are classified as food fish. That's quite a lot of choice. You can literally handpick what you want to eat after browsing through the fresh daily catch. The only thing more colorful than the marine fish you can't eat are the restaurants that serve the ones you can.
Seashell Group is present in Havelock, Port Blair, and the third property is coming up in Neil Island. In Havelock, we have about 30 rooms divided in 3 categories: the villas, the lagoons and the chalets. From about 3,000 to 5,000, we cater to almost all segments of the tourist here. We have an in-house dive shop, a multi-cuisine restaurant, a bar, an in-house bakery and a coffee shop.
Some resorts even run their own diving centers. Of the half a dozen dive centers at Havelock, Andaman Bubbles run by Wild Orchid, Island Venice Dive India and Barefoot Scuba are perhaps the best in the business.
So Barefoot Scuba have a fully fledged dive center where we have PADI courses. We are the only PADI 5-star IDC center. People here really want to see the beauty that we find underwater, and we love to show it to them. We have foreign instructors, we have local instructors, we have dive guides, we have snorkeling guides, and everything is here.
Silver Sand offers the expertise of veteran divers from the Laccadives. Havelock's most popular snorkeling and scuba diving site, Elephant Beach, is just half an hour away by boat from the jetty. But first, a quick detour to the elephant training camp nearby. The secluded road south of Vijayanagar takes you to the scenic spot of Kala Patthar, where black rocks glisten in the sun against the shimmering backdrop of an aquamarine sea. Soak in the solitude of the spot as you lazily watch the Forest Department elephants go about their business. B3, the swanky wood-toned gourmet restaurant run by Barefoot, overlooks the Havelock Jetty and is a great vantage point.
Idea behind starting Barefoot Bar and Brasserie was like to create a place where people can come in the evening, apart from like after doing whole day of diving and snorkeling. They have a place where they can come and chill out, listen to good live music, entertain fantastic seafood, and meet people. So basically a meeting place of all sorts of people. So they can come and exchange ideas and enjoy the evening here.
Most of these country boats or dinghies double up as transportation to the dive sites and diving platforms in open seas. The boat takes you past a patch of mangrove forest and a small white lighthouse perched on a pearly rock amidst a stunning green rainforest. The lighthouse is also a dive site offering a mixed set of dive options, including night dives. The less adventurous use glass-bottom boats to explore the marine life. If you aren't confident about your swimming, just slip into a rubber tube, clamp your teeth into one end of the snorkel, wear your mask so that your nose is completely covered, and breathe through your mouth.
Even if you are not certified diver, you can experience diving, going for introduction dive with professional diver who will discover for you whole scuba world.
These are the beautiful shallow waters of Elephant Beach. Humongous trees, claimed by the sea during the tsunami, lie like sleeping giants. Other uprooted trees lie forlorn in the background, like mounted artworks of massive driftwood sculpted by the hands of an angry sea. Where snorkelers hover over a fabulous coral reef, marveling at the miracles of life in the deep. As you gently lower your glass visor under the surface of the clear water, it's like entering another dimension. Large schools of bumphead parrotfish glide past as hundreds of reef fish dance in and out of a colony of staggerhorn corals, fusiliers, clownfish, pufferfish, angelfish.
First time I come to Andamans, and I must say it's fantastic. I didn't think that you could have this kind of a paradise in India. Clean beaches and nice people and very, very nice water.
The mud path that forms the approach to Barefoot darts between giant Andaman bulletwood trees like a playful eel before depositing you at the Plus reception. Rated amongst the 30 best eco-resorts in the world, Barefoot Beachside Jungle Resort is tucked away in the thick of a wooded grove. A tropical paradise where one can rejuvenate the mind, body and soul with exotic spa treatments, indulgent massages and gourmet cuisine. Adjacent to the resort is the crescent-shaped beach number 7, better known as Radhanagar Beach, voted the best beach in Asia by Time magazine. Its gentle gradient of powdery white Korean sand, frilled by tall Andaman bulletwood trees on one side and mellow waves on the other, provides a picture-perfect ambience. These massive evergreen hardwood trees are an endemic species found along sandy beaches of these islands. They possess a shallow but extensive root system that protects the beaches from sea erosion. Plans are afoot to preserve the pristine nature of the Radhanagar beach as a proposed reserved forest area.
The Andamans seemed very interesting to us because they are different from the rest of India. Beautiful beaches and interesting birds that are special only for the Andamans.
But nothing beats a scuba diving experience to exploit the full potential of Andaman's amazing marine life. Havelock has over half a dozen dive centers who offer a range of dives and packages. Fun diving, paddy courses, enriched nitrox dives, night diving, custom packages, open water dives, group dives, rescue and emergency. Take your pick.
Most places that you travel to where you get good diving, good beaches, they've been built up, they've been really developed, and they've lost their originality, they've lost their soul. Havelock, on the other hand, still retains what it was that made it so special, which is, you have a quiet island where people still go about their lives like the way you used to 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And I think that comes together and makes a destination that's really unique in this world. There's very few places, off the top of my head, I cannot think of any place that's like that, actually. What makes the Andamans special is that you actually have everything comes together. You can see big stuff, you can see little stuff, you can see shipwrecks. You just get the variety here is hard to match. We have deep sites, we have shallow sites, we have things for people who like coral, we have things for people that like little things. It's called macro life. We have like different types of octopi, shrimps, crustaceans, etc. And we have obviously the big stuff as well. And you get big schools of fish. When you go diving here, you get, not just when you see, let's say, trevally, you don't see 5 or 10, you see 50 or 100 at a time. You don't see 20, 30 barracudas, you see 200 or 300. So that's what really makes this special. It's completely untouched in terms of fish life and fish stock. They don't see other divers, and they get that sort of unique, small, personalized diving experience that we've been known for since we started.
Some of the most experienced guys in the business are Dive India, the first paddy dive center in the Andamans, Barefoot Scuba, the first and only paddy 5-star instructor development dive resort, and Lacquer Dives, the pioneering scuba diving company that popularized diving in the Lakshadweep and has now opened shop.
When people come to the Andamans, we definitely encourage them to get in the water and explore not just the land part of the Andaman Islands, but also see its underwater wealth. And it's an extremely colorful and vibrant world. And I think that anybody who experiences it for the first time will find that it's quite a life-changing experience.
All the fish that we see underwaters, they are not dangerous unless you touch them or you harm them or you try to crash onto them, because when we are diving, we keep with the distance of the corals about 1 meter distance. For the safety, we try not to go very close to the corals. We keep the distance, so not to touch anything underwater or take anything from underwater.
With coral reefs that run up to several hundred meters in width, the opportunities are unlimited. The underwater landscape is unique, with submerged steep undulating hills of volcanic lava, creating some of the most exciting diving zones. The best season for diving is from December to April, when the waters are clear and the visibility great.
One of the clearest waters around in the country, and it's a very popular destination for diving because of the clarity and the fish life and also the coral.
Divers come in droves to taste the adrenaline rush of swimming amidst large pelagic fishes, sharks, beautiful corals and deadly stingrays. The Andamans is fast gaining a reputation as a world-class sport fishing destination. Anglers from across the globe come into Havelock for big game in the most untouched sport fishing grounds in the world. After all the high adrenaline action at Havelock, one would need another holiday. And what better place to recover than Neil? It was time to drop the pace a bit. Neil Island is a quieter, cheaper and more eco-friendly tourist haven with unusually scenic beaches. And yes, the blue is more iridescent blue. Often dubbed as the best-kept secret of the Andamans, Neil is a favorite getaway for travelers seeking simpler stay options and quietude. It's a small island with few lodging options, many of which are figuratively called resorts. They offer mainly eco-friendly bamboo huts minus the frills of luxury. Besides masks, fins, and cycles on hire to explore the island at your own pace. As you disembark at the jetty, the wide expansive beach to your left is Bharatpur, while to your right, fringed by mangroves, lies Lakshmanpur with kokon huts. Tango and Pearl Park are scattered loosely like a broken string of pearls. A short walk from the jetty takes you to Neel Kendra, the heart of the island where most of the shops are located, besides Hawa Bill Nest, a hotel run by the tourism department.
Neel, it was completely unexplored and untouched, and so this is why we chose to come here and explore this beautiful place.
Bharatpur near the jetty is ideal for long walks to nowhere in particular. The pristine Sitapur beach has massive natural caves on its far side and a rock jutting into the sea that serves as the ideal sunrise point. The cave's smooth grey rocks lend a stunning backdrop to catch the morning sun rays, while the slippery rocks closer to the sea are perpetually blanketed by a sheet of fresh green algae. Every day during low tide, when the water recedes, the sea lets its veil fall to its ankles and puts on a showcase of secrets that usually lie submerged in the sea. The unique Coral View Walk is a great way to uncover these hidden treasures. The massive seashore, a crunchy bed of seashells, leads to a rocky patch where waves crash and break over a vibrant three-dimensional magic carpet of salty pools, corals and marine creatures. The local guide takes utmost care in weaving through this maze to reveal an astounding array of corals that differ in color, texture and form. A closer look reveals clamshells wedged within the rocks, resembling pulsating rickrack ribbons of purple and blue. Lakshmanpur 1, located at the very tip of the island, is the sunset point where a narrow channel separates it from the southern end of Havelock.
Everything here is like you can see, it's all magical. The ocean, the sea, the sand, the sky, the animals, everything is just like a dream.
Strangely, the flavor of both these islands are radically different as they portray diverse definitions of bliss. While Havelock thrums and throbs with vibrant tourist activity, Neil is a return to meditative silence. Like fraternal twins, they coexist in complete harmony, separate yet connected by the age-old ocean lapping gently against their beautiful shores.